My name is Robin Campbell. My current day job is Executive Assistant to the President and CEO of a financial institution. I also serve as my pastor's Executive Assistant. Other jobs that I've held include Engineering Intern, Administrative Assistant, Flower Shop Sales Clerk, Head Registrar for our statewide church group, Office Cleaner, Clerical Assistant, and a Truck Loader for UPS. But the best and most important job that I've ever had was to be a parent. I'm privileged to have been mom to Jerome, Camille, Chris, Letitia, and Jesse, and to be an adopted mom to many others. The topic for today is what parents should know from a teacher's point of view. So, I believe that we as parents are our children's first teachers. And I'm going to share a few thoughts about that. Educating our children includes three people: the child, the teacher, and the parent. Effort is required by the child, the teacher, and the parent for the child to be successful in school. Parents can't just send their child to school and expect them to work everything out with the teacher. Parents have a very important role also. The main things that we as parents must do is to lay the foundation that helps to form our children. We must take care of our children, we must love our children, and we must train our children. So first, to take care of our children, we have to provide for their basic and emotional needs. We have to keep them safe, we have to give them food, we have to provide shelter and clothing. We have to provide a loving and a safe home for them to come home to every day. Our children should not have to worry about getting the things that they need. It is our job as parents to worry about those things and to make sure that our children have them. We have to value our children. Children are a gift from God. They are His children, and He lends us to them. He lends them to us to care for while they're young. Psalms 127:3 says, "Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is His reward." The second thing we must do is love our children. Love is a feeling of personal attachment and deep affection. It includes being concerned about our children's well-being. It includes liking our children and being tender and affectionate towards our children. The 5 Love Languages for Children, or the 5 Love Languages for Teens by Gary Chapman, is a great book that helps us understand how our children receive love. This helps us express love to our children in a way that they receive it and that makes them feel loved. And you only have to read one of the 5 love language books to be able to apply it to everyone, to your children, to your spouse, to your family members. Loving our children includes tolerating our children, just as God tolerates us, and being kind to them. We must be willing to allow our children to make mistakes, to teach them to apologize, and to forgive them, and to move on. We can't rub our children's noses constantly in their mistakes. We have to allow them the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and to do better next time. 1 Corinthians 13:4 says, "Charity suffereth long and is kind." And Ephesians 6:4 says, "And ye fathers and moms, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." The last and most important thing that we as parents must do is to train our children. Training is different from teaching. Parenting involves both teaching and training. The example can be shown by looking at a runner. An example of the differences can be shown by looking at a runner. You can teach a person to run. You can show them the correct way to hold their body, the correct way to swing their arms and to move their legs, the way that their feet should hit the ground, and how to breathe properly. But just because you teach someone how to run doesn't mean that they'll be able to complete a race. Training is practicing what you've learned over and over again. Training results in improved skills that become habits and developing the endurance needed to perform a specific task. In this case, in the case of a runner, training helps the runner be able to run a set distance or to complete a race. Parents, our job is to train our children, helping them to improve their life skills, to develop good habits, and to build the resolve and endurance that they need to become productive adults. Let me say that again. It is our job to train our children. It's not the responsibility of the school or their teachers. It's not the responsibility of our community or our neighborhood. It is the responsibility of the parents. How do we train our children? By disciplining them. And I don't mean spanking them for everything they do. To discipline means to teach. The disciples were Jesus' students, and he taught them about salvation. Our children are our students, and we must teach them. What do we teach our children? We teach them how to live. How? By being their example. We as parents should live our lives the way that we want our children to live their lives, because our children will do what we do, talk like we talk, and act like we act. We must teach our children manners. Manners matter. If our children have good manners, it can open doors to them in any situation. The book, The Essential 55, by Ron Clark, describes 55 simple lessons that he teaches all of his students to make them well-mannered. We can use the Essential 55 as a guide to install basic manners in our children. They will be better for it, and we will learn a few things about manners that we probably didn't know. We have to tell our children no sometimes. Life certainly will. We don't always get everything that we want in life, and by telling our children no, we're able to teach them how to handle life's disappointments graciously. We have to teach our children about money. Parents, if you don't know about money, check with your local credit union. They have free classes for the community that both parents and children can take. Help them to learn about the world. Take them to museums, to operas, to parks, to the zoo, to concerts. Take them on adventures, explore things, and learn together. Enroll them in extracurricular activities at school and in community programs. Check your library, your community center, your Department of Parks and Recreation, and your local school district for free and low-cost activities. If needed, check on scholarships to help with payment. By exposing your children to a wide variety of things, it gives them an understanding of the world and life and can help them to get an idea of what they might have a passion for and want to do later. And last but not least, teach them about God. Teaching our children about God is the most important thing parents can do. Of all the things I've shared, helping our children have a relationship with God and encouraging them to seek salvation has the biggest impact on their lives and their future. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." In summary, parenting is the most important job you or I will ever have. Parents lay the foundation that forms our children, and one child at a time, we shape the future. The three main things that we as parents must do is to take care of our children, to love our children, and to train our children. Finally, the greatest gift that a parent can give their child is quality time with their parent. Your children love and need you. Spend time with them. Time is the currency or the money of life. You only get one opportunity to spend the time that you have. Choose to spend it on family and friends that you love, because once it's gone, you'll never get it back. Thank you.